Hey classmates, this is Dayron Tippins, and I did my project on the Barbarian Society and Immigration. Um, in scouting the issue, the thing that we see is that the barbarians were seeking land, farmland, um, and warmer climates. Uh, Along with it, they were being pushed westward by the Huns, and they were also seeking uh, opportunities of trade and asylum. Um, Happening congruent with that is what I call the Roman trouble budget, and this is all downward spirals of Roman society. Uh, I got at 50%. You have this eternal internal conflict that's transpiring with all the civil wars and everything that's taking place and all this conjunction that's going on for power. Um, you also have a downturn in the trade and the commerce because so much money is being spent on uh, the civil wars that no infrastructure is being looked after. So you have the decline and the decay of the road system. Along with it, you have a downward spiral in recruitment because nobody wants to join the army during all this conflict. And at the same time, you have some emperors that put a policy that makes everyone in the Roman Empire a citizen. So there's no incentive to enlist. Uh, and at the same time, all that's going on is you have a dwindling food supply because of uh, the barbarian invasion is kind of this perpetual cycle um, because of the miniature invasions. I don't know if you call it that, but because of that, people are moving out of the rural areas and coming into more of the urban sector. So you don't have people out there. Farmland is just abandoned. So you don't have any food supply coming in. And all this together is what I like to call a potluck. It's, you have the internal conflict, the civil wars, the lack of trade, and military weakness. Uh, and on the other side, you have Attila the Hun and the Hun push that's pushing the barbarians further and further into Roman territory. And then you have this famine that's kind of taking over the land. So with all those together, you end up with a mess, which leads to what I think is the pivotal uh, point in the Western decline, and what I have deemed, this is just my own. This ain't in the book, but I've deemed it the Triple Cross. Uh, in this particular Triple Cross, you have the Visigoths who move in from the area of the Black Sea, and they petition the emperor at the time, Valens, for admittance into the empire, which he agrees because they agree to fight in exchange for the land of Thrace. Uh, and Valens agrees, of course, because he thinks, well, this is the recipe or the resolution for my recruitment problems for the military. But when famine strikes, uh, the Romans kind of double crossed the Visigoths, and the Roman officials forced the Visigoths to sell their land and their people into slavery, which of course doesn't sit well with them, and they revolt and they join the other barbarian hordes that are moved into the land, and they defeat the Roman army and kill thousands of soldiers along with Valens, uh, which I call, of course, the Triple Cross. And then Mr. West asks us for our opinion. Did the collapse of the Roman Empire in the West mark the fundamental turning point in Western history? And my answer to that is kind of conflicted. I say yes and no. I'm kind of undecided. Number one, the reason I'm undecided is because we're all still learning this stuff. Number two, I say yes because uh, I can't even imagine all of the stuff that has been lost and that's lost forever um, in this great experiment that's called the Roman Empire. Uh, but then I say no because their historical influence still resides with us today. So, uh, like I said, I kind of conflicted on that. I think there's a bit of truth on both sides of that equation. So that's my presentation, and you guys give me your opinion of that particular question. What do you think? Well, hope you enjoyed it.